Maria is renting a boat, $60 per hour, one-time fee of $10 for a safety course, so 60x plus 10, no more than 280, so less than or equal to 280. What's the maximum whole number of hours? So 60x is less than or equal to 270, and x is less than or equal to 4.5. Since we want whole numbers, the answer is going to be 4. They're saying if an object dropped toward the surface of Earth has a velocity of 58.8 meters after t seconds, I can say 58.8 is equal to 9.8 t, and solve by dividing both sides by 9.8. I get 6, and if that's true, then I want to plug 6 into this table, which covers velocity in Mars. So as we went up by 4, we went up by 14.8. So 14.8 divided by 4. This tells me that my slope is 3.7, and you can see that my intercept is 0, so y is equal to 3.7 times 6 plus 0. And the answer is 22.2 when you multiply it. So they're saying to create a graph where in the bottom we have all the numbers for 2000, and on the y-axis we have all the numbers for 2010. So if we were to create a line like this, when is the numbers for 2010 going to be bigger than 2000? For this one, and for this one. So that's 3 data points. Since this passes through the origin, I know that the intercept is 0 because it passes the coordinate 0, 0. So 2 is going to be proportional to k in the same way that k is proportional to 32. If I cross multiply, I get that 64 is equal to k squared, or 8 is equal to k. So 2, 8 and 8, 32 both have a slope of 4. For 27, let's draw out a graph that has a negative slope. If we pick some value a and some value b, notice that a is less than b, f of a, think of a and b as the x values, the y values, a is going to be larger. So generally speaking, the first one checks out. If you look at 2 though, is it possible that we had a slope like this, where we have an a value that's negative, but the y value is still below 0? That's totally possible, so that one's not going to be always true. And similarly, if our a value or our x value was bigger than 0, it could still be positive. So the only one that is always true is the first one. Front row has 10 seats. That's the starting value. And then each row behind it has 2 more seats. So I could write the equation as 2x plus 8. That way if I plug in 1 for the front row, I get 10, and it works from there on out. So that way if I plug in 50, this will be my equation. So they write it keeping the 10, which is okay, and they just do 50 minus 1. So this is very, very similar. Same thing. I should definitely see 2 times 50, which I see in most of these. I should not see 50 times 10. And this one forgets that we're only adding 2 more seats to the row behind it. So you get an extra 2 with answer choice B. From age 3 to age 4, we grew 7.5 centimeters. If it increases by the same amount each year, how many centimeters tall will she be by the day she turns 7 years old? So this is 106.5, which is our starting value at 4 years old, plus 7.5 times 3 to get to 5, 6, and 7 years old. So 106.5 plus 22.5 is equal to 129. So if we take y is equal to mx, and for m we're going to put a, and we were to double both sides, then we'd have 2y is equal to 2ma, or I could write that as 2y is equal to 2am if I wanted to. So what happens? On the first one we have 17 for y, and on the second one we have 34. We just doubled both sides, and that's our answer, 34.